Hey there everyone, so happy to be here again with all of you. And Jennifer is in the house, and guess what? She is feeling like her old self again. I want to thank everyone for all the prayers and the love that y'all showed her during her sickness, because she was one sick little girl. So thank y'all so very much for your concern and your love. It means the world to me, because y'all all know she means the world to me. So thanks so much. And I am Donna Satterley, hey, we spoke on the phone this morning. It was so good to hear from Donna. Donna hadn't been here for quite a bit, and welcome in. So today I'm going to go ahead and flip y'all down, because we're got a lot to do, and I've got a couple of projects that I want to show you, and I think you're going to enjoy it. At least I hope so. So I'm just going to do the craft table today, and I'll tell you why. I want to have the whole space to work on what we're going to work on. I have before me a card sketch, and y'all all know what a card sketch is. It is your pieces and how you want to put it together using whatever color paper that you want. So we have our card base. It is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 4.25. Simple, simple, simple. We have our front mat. It doesn't look like anything right now because it's all in white, but our mat is 4 inches by 5.25. Standard mat. We're going to do a couple of strips, and this first strip is 2.5 by 4.25. The second one is 2.25 by 4, and then we have a scalloped circle that is, out of my scalloped circles, I used the second one here and the largest one from this side, and I did measure them. They're 2 3/4 the scallop and 2 3/8 for the regular circle, and that's all in the PDF that's going to be on the on my blog after everything is said and done. So that's going to layer up on top of that scallop, just like that. So this is what is known as a sketch. Some people call them a template. I usually think of this as a sketch. On the PDF, I broke this all down so that you can actually see it. You can make yourself a template like this, put it in your template box, and then you have it. But I want to show you, this is my prototype card that I did. And this is done, if you have been watching any of our YouTubers, you've seen Love Cats. I absolutely fell in love with this. Anybody knows me knows I'm an animal lover from the word go. Even though I have puppies now, I used to have cats, and I had okay, and Jennifer always, if y'all hear me pause, Jennifer is talking to me in my Bluetooth. She lets me know when people come in. I'd like to welcome Joy McCoy. Thank you so much for coming by. And Randy, I see Randy's here, but she is waiting for her chiropractor's appointment at 12, so she says she's going to check the replay later. Good morning. I did get your message this morning, Randy, but I was busy trying to get everything ready for my live, so I didn't get a chance to reply, but I will. And I'm glad to see Marlene, you did make it in. She had texted me and told me yesterday she had a doctor's appointment. She wasn't sure if she was going to make it back in time. Everybody's in the house. I'm so happy. Joy, if you have any questions whatsoever, we are going to have, oh, you know, I forgot. No, I'm not. I'm giving away all 3 of the cards I made today. So the one here, I'm doing the cards today instead of a prize, and I'll tell you why. I bought some prizes, but they're for my people that have placed orders. I'm getting ready to mail those out, and I didn't think to pull anything for today. So I'm going to give away the cards. Everybody loves a card. I will not sign the inside. This is the inside of my Love Cat card. Hi there, Valentine. And I put right here, because this sentiment head over heels about you, and I just use my scissors and fussy cut around that. Sometimes I like to do that. So this is a very whimsical type card, but I want to let you know that we can take this same layout and make it anything we want. So I'm going to lay that to the side, and I'm going to pull over what I have in mind for today. And we're going to start out, because my daughter informed me that I do not make purple cards enough. So we are definitely going to do purple. So I started out with Gorgeous Grape. And again, if you follow that template, it is 8.5, 5.5, scored at 4.25. I pulled a piece of Designer Series paper from Hues of Happiness. Hey Diane, good to see you. Welcome in. I pulled a piece of paper from this Hues of Happiness, and this paper is so pretty. It's floral on one side, but you have these beautiful washes of color on the other side. So I'm using this side, and I did it so that it's vertical. Now you could very easily do it this way, and it would be just as pretty. But this one, I wanted it to be a portrait card, so we're going to lay it out like that. Now I'm going to show you how I did my stamping, so I'm going to save that for the last. For that first mat, I got what is this color? It is called Fresh Freesia. And I embossed it using, I color coded everything too. So if y'all see stamp sets that have a blue dot on them, that means they're out of the annual catalog. This makes it so easy for me when I'm showing you items to say, hey, this Painted Posies is from the annual catalog. Or if I show you something like this, that's the metal plate, I can look at that. Yellow stickers is telling me that's from the mini catalog. This helps keep me organized. And believe me, I need all the help I can staying organized. But anyway, I ran this through, and all I did is I just took my largest piece, which is the 2 and, oh, Jennifer, what was the measurements on this one? I didn't print the PDF out for myself. This one is 2.25 by, 2.5 by 4.25. And I just laid it in where I wanted it to pick up the flowers and ran it through my embossing machine. And look at this. Is that not beautiful detail? I love, love, love that. Well, I decided that Hues of Happiness, I wanted a piece of floral paper since we were going to make this a floral card. Again, I want to stick to that purple palette because remember, Jennifer says I never make purple cards. So here we go. This one's for you, Jen. And this, hey Tina and Brian, welcome in. I'm so glad to have y'all here. So what I did is, Jennifer just told me, thank you so much for finally doing a purple card. So I'm making my daughter happy. I figured she needed a little ray of sunshine after being so sick last week. Anyway, this is the Hues of Happiness, the same that from this paper pack. And I took one of the florals that had the purple in it. And I cut the smaller piece that is 2.25 by 4. I believe that's correct. And this one, I think I want to offset it this way rather than putting it right on it like that. I want to show some of that embossing, so I'm going to bring it over about like that. And then we're going to glue it down right about here. And then I have a purple or Highland Heather. I use Highland Heather for this on my largest scallop, and that's this one right here. And I die cut this prior. I'm going to do 2 cards, so that's why I tried to do as much of this ahead of time as I possibly could. And we're going to put this maybe right about there, but I want to show you how I do. I'm going to lay this over to the side. I'm going to bring my Stamparatus in. Let me get my magnets off of it just for a moment. I have a little circle template, and I'm going to show you how I did that. I want to lay this over to the side. That was a dirty piece of grid paper that I was using earlier. So I'm going to grab a new piece of grid paper because I want to show you this from the beginning. This grid paper is great for your Stamparatus, but if you don't have grid paper, you can use just a piece of copy paper will work too. So don't feel like you have to go out and buy every little thing. Now, of course, if you want that grid paper, it's available through my website, so go ahead and get you some if you like it. I have it because, yes, I'm a demonstrator and I have a lot of stuff like that. I need a stamp set. And what we're going to do on this Desert Detail, this stamp, I hesitated on getting this. And then after I saw this beautiful flower and these beautiful sentiments, I had to have it. So I'm going to show you what we're going to do with that. I need that to be centered, that flower. So I'm going to grab the flower. Let's get that large flower out of here. And you can see it's highlighted because it's going to give you the natural shading. And another thing, if you don't like to color, this stamp set's for you because you do not have to color. I'm going to set that in about middle way. Something like that. And then I am going to ink this up. And what color am I going to use? Pray tell. We're going to use Gorgeous Grape. And I'm going to bring the stamp set back up underneath my door so that I get a flat place to be able to ink this. So let's just go ahead and ink that up really good. And I'm going to stamp it down right into the middle on that grid paper. Now y'all probably thinking, has she lost her mind? Why is she stamping on grid paper? It doesn't have to be perfect. Now if I was doing this on my cardstock, I would stamp it again. But I'm just using this for my template that I made. And I took a piece of white cardstock. This was a scrap I pulled out of my scrap bin. And the die that I want to stamp this flower on, I took it and cut it out of this piece of cardstock. So now this gives me an area where I can get this over top of my flower just where I want it, something like that. And then I can bring in my magnets, and now I can take, and you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to cut my circle. I guess we can use this one. No, we can't. I've written on it and it's messed up on the back. All right, let's close the door. Let's regroup, because I really wanted to show you this technique because I think it's really super neat. I am going to bring on my little Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine really quick. We're going to cut us a circle, and that will fit. This will fit again. Scrap out of my scrap bin. I'm going to lay this over. Now if you get this little Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, it's beveled on the edges right here. Make sure that beveled edge is over top of the bottom cut plate, so that when you push this through, it will go through easier. And I'll show you what I mean. See how easy that goes through? And we are done. Love, love, love my little Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Did I freeze up? No, there we go. Okay. So now I have my circle. So let's go back to our Stamparatus. This is a great tip for anything that you're working with where you want to put an image directly onto an item. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take that circle and just fit it back inside my template where I had it. I'm going to bring my door back over underneath. I want to make sure y'all are seeing everything correctly. And get that purple ink. And we are going to ink it up again. Now remember, the best thing about the Stamparatus, if we don't get the image we want, we can come back and redo it. So I'm going to stamp that down, give it some good pressure. Just like that. Oh, that's pretty without doing anything else. Isn't that gorgeous? And then we can just lift that out. And my flower is exactly where I wanted it on my circle. That is a good, like I said, keep that little tidbit in the back of your mind, because that is a great way to get an image exactly where you want it on a cut piece. So now we are going to, I tried to find a stamp. Let me show you the one I did. This is the one that I did, and I tried to find a stamp that would give me my little dots right in the middle of my flower. it really didn't give me what I wanted. So I have an embossing pen. This is not a Stampin' Up. This is actually Ranger, but you can go online and just look for an embossing pen. This is a clear embossing pen. It's just like using your embossing ink. It's just like using the Versamark, but you can put your dots exactly where you want them. I wasn't thinking to use this until I just didn't like the way my dots looked, and I'm kind of bending over at an angle so I can see exactly where they're going to be, and that looks pretty good. Basically, this is the embossing ink inside of a pen, and that's great if you want to hand write your name or whatever. Again, like I said, that is not a Stampin' Up product. Stampin' Up doesn't carry that. Now I'm trying to decide. I used gold in the other and I didn't really like it, so I'm going to try white on this one. I think the white dots on the inside will look really pretty. So I'm going to grab my tweezers because, and you know what I didn't do? I didn't use my embossing buddy on this, and that might make me sad here in a minute, but we'll see. I'm going to put that right there, tap it off, do it again, tap it off. And I'm going to look and make sure I didn't get embossing powder. If you do find that you got embossing powder where you didn't want it, take a little paintbrush and just brush it away. If I didn't want some of those dots, I could brush some of them away. But I like that. I think that's going to be really pretty. I thought the gold would have looked really good on this one, but when I looked back at it, I was thinking, no, I think the white will give me a better, you see what I'm doing, in case I've got embossing powder, I'm getting that out of my way before I bring out my heat tool. So here is the Stampin' Up heat tool. I absolutely love this for my heat embossing. I get this question real often, can you use your blow dryer? Absolutely not. It does not get hot enough to melt the embossing powder. So you do need a heat tool, something like this, that will give you the direct heat that you need. And I'm going to come behind it and in front of it, and I want to hold it back a little bit because I don't want to warp my piece. And when I start seeing that white turn really pretty white and shiny, there we go, then we know that we've gotten everything melted. And that didn't take long at all. I think that's just such a neat way to put a little extra something on your cards. And you're going to see a card that I made. I'm going to give you a sneak peek on that. This is embossing in silver. Oops, wrong one. This is embossed with silver, and then I went back and I used my Night of Navy and colored in. I love the way that turned out. This is a fun fold card, and this I learned to make from our Creative 8 retreat that I had last Saturday, and I love the way this turned out. And this was my first attempt of making it, so y'all will be seeing this coming to my channel very soon. I've got a stack of cards over here. I couldn't decide which one I wanted to do, and I did fall in love with the Love Cats, so I decided to do that. All right, now let's bring our card back over, and we're going to go ahead and start. Well, I want to do stamping, but look how pretty that's going to look on there. Isn't that gorgeous? So pretty. And I think this has just a soft, very feminine look to the card. But don't go anywhere because we're going to do a masculine card with the same layout. So I wanted to show you, you can do whimsy, you can do elegant, or you can do masculine. So we're going to go ahead and glue this one together. So let's start out with putting our, I'm going to use, you know, I always go back and forth. Do I want to use liquid glue or do I want to use Stampin' Seal? I think I'm going to do Stampin' Seal because I'm gluing paper onto cardstock and I don't want this paper to warp. So when I use my Stampin' Seal, I don't have to worry about that. And me and my Stampin' Seal have made friends. I tell y'all that every time because I am loving this stuff now. It comes out really easy. I really think that Stampin' Up reformulated it. That is what I'm thinking because it works like a charm. So I'm going to press that down. Now I may use some glue on the back of this one because we got all of these bumps and crevices. So yeah, let's go ahead and grab some glue for it. And I'm gonna put a good amount of glue on the back of this, more than I normally would, just because I want it to get into those nooks and crannies of that flower. See what I'm talking about? I'm gonna make sure I get around the edges. All in here. There we go. Now I'm going to position this about 3/8 of an inch from the side and maybe about 1/2 an inch from the top and bottom. Y'all know me well enough to know I don't glue, I don't measure unless it's something that needs to be precise. When it comes to something like this, I just do an eyeball. You know, we can eyeball things and usually get them pretty well. So this one I'm going to come over about like that, and I want to glue that down right there. This one again, I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal because it is the paper, and the paper will get wetter than the cardstock, and I don't want it to warp. And glue will sometimes make your paper warp. So I'm going to come over. You know, this is willy-nilly. This is whatever floats your boat when you're working this, whatever makes you happy. Now for this piece, I am going to grab some Stampin' Dimensionals. Let's see if I got a pack open, and I do. And I'm going to pop this up on Stampin' Dimensionals because I really want this to have a little bit of height. I want that flower to really shine on the front of this card. And I'm going to put, you know, enough of Stampin' Dimensionals to really get this kind of level in there. Let me grab my Take Your Pick tool. I can usually pick these off faster with my Take Your Pick tool than, well, I say that and then they don't want to play. You know why? Because I'm on live video. Nothing works when you go live. It's the nature of the beast. All right. So I know that this is the bottom of my flower, so I want to make sure that I set this down. Not that it matters. We're putting it on a scallop. We can turn this scallop any way we want to once we get ready to put it on our card. But my main purpose here is to make sure that I'm getting an even amount of that scallop all the way around. And I think we did okay. What do you think? So now we are going to put this right about here, and I'm going to make sure that this does not come off of the edge of our card. You want to make sure it's not hanging over. So this I'm going to put glue on. Or wait a minute, do I want to pop that up? Get that sealed down a little bit better. Yes, I'm going to pop it up. I'm going to pop it up too. Stampin' Dimensionals, and here we go. 1, 2, 3. Donna, did you hear anything back about your friend? Donna has a friend who's in the hospital, so prayers for her would be so appreciated. So please, please, please keep her. She was rushed in for emergency surgery due to excessive bleeding this morning, and I'm not sure all of the details. We don't really need to know all the details. We just know that this lady's sick and she really could use our prayers. So keep her in your prayers if you would. All right, we're going to pop that down right about here. I'm going to go down a little bit because I think for this one, I'm going to put my sentiment up to the top. And I already cut my sentiment, and I did nothing but take a piece of, this is from the Desert Details, and it's this one right here. It says, "You are what sunshine feels like." And I'm going to put this right up here, but I am going to pop it up too because we've got some unevenness right. Bella, Bella, Bella. Bella is just snoring up a storm, y'all. That is what my little girl does best. She eats, she sleeps, and she snores. She lives the high life, I'm telling you. Okay, Donna, thank you. Thank you for letting us know. Okay. So now this, I'm going to pop right up here at the top. I don't want it to cover up too much of my floral. And with me cutting that straight edge across the top, we can really get that lined up. So we got it nice and straight. And all I done was angle cut up and across, and that's what we're going to do. Now for the inside, we are going to need 2 mats. I like to double mat the inside of my cards, or you could just single mat. Put a piece of white cardstock in, stamp another sentiment, or write a note. I'm not going to do that with this, but I will have it matted for when we give this away. Now let me look at my gems and see if we want to put anything in here. And I've got these new ones that are called, what did I do with them? These glossy dots. These aren't new. These are in the annual catalog. See, I even went through and I even did all of these so I would know when I was telling you whether they were in the mini catalog or the annual catalog. This really does help me quite a bit. So I'm going to take my Take Your Pick tool, and I'm going to grab one of these medium ones, and I think I'm going to put one right here at the top, and I'm going to grab a smaller one and put right here. Y'all know I love me some bling, so you can never have too much bling. And I think I'm going to put one right about there where that little point goes up. And that's our card. What do y'all think? I love the way this turned out. And like I said, whoever wins this card, it will have mats inside of it. I will mat it probably with the Posy. No, it's not Posy. I don't know why I want to call that Posy. It is Fresh Freesia. I'll probably mat it with Fresh Freesia and maybe even a mint macaron or the Daffodil Delight. I think that would be real pretty with the purples. So, all right, we got one down and one to go. Are y'all excited to see the masculine card? You know we all struggle with masculine cards, right? I did a masculine card. I'm trying my best to bring in and do more masculine cards in the year 2023 because that's a struggle for all of us. I don't know anybody that doesn't struggle with a masculine card. Okay, so far here's what we have. We have our little love cats, and then we have our beautiful desert. I don't know what y'all call these, but I think it's a desert rose. It's beautiful. I love it, love it, love it. So we have this one. It opens like this. Both of these will fit in a regular size envelope. And then this one, I haven't done anything on the inside yet, but I will. And those are our 2 cards thus far. And guess what our last one is going to be? We have a set called Legendary Ride. Now when I saw this reminded me of my son because he has a Harley. He loves to ride his motorcycle, but he lives in Michigan, so he doesn't get a lot of ride time in. I told him he needs to move his butt down my way. He'd be able to ride a long, long time in the season. But nevertheless, there are a wrench. You got the little flames that you can put behind it. You got this beautiful little scenery that you could build a scenery behind your stamp. But not only that, look at these dies. You can build your own motorcycle by cutting this out of silver paper to make it look like chrome. You've got like the little chassis or whatever that is. I don't know. You got the wheels where you can make those look like, you know, very shiny. I thought it was so cute. And then you got the flame that you can also cut out. This was so cute, and I had to get it because we all love to be able to make a masculine card. This comes in the collection too, the metal plate. And let me show you what that looks like when you emboss it. Look at that. Is that not gorgeous? It looks like a toolbox. I wish I'd had this embossing folder when I did that masculine card that I put up. Was it Tuesday? I think it was Tuesday. It's hard for me to remember because I do these videos sometimes a week in advance. Like I will probably record next Tuesday's video later today. So I always get a little bit mixed up as to where the videos are falling. But that's okay. At least we're staying in the game, and You know, I'm trying my best to make sure I put up good content for y'all on a regular basis. All right, what I've got here, again, we're working with our template. So I have a black card base, and this is going to be a landscape card. So we're going to have it like this. Now, Stampin' Up, let me see if I can grab my paper that I used, because yes, this suite has a set of paper that goes with it too. And it is so pretty. It's called Ready to Ride. The good thing I like about it, it's got floral on it. When I saw this, I said, this can't be Ready to Ride. It doesn't look like, that looks very feminine. But you know, there's some ladies that ride motorcycles that are in motorcycle clubs and what have you. But this is the paper we're going to use. And look at this paper. It's shiny and glossy on one side, see that? And then we have a nice pattern that's muted on the back. So this pack of paper is gorgeous. This is the piece that I'm using today. Looks like tire prints, don't it? That's the piece we're using for today's card. There's the back side of it. There's the... Oh, that is wonderful, Tina. Yeah, you need this entire collection. It is so nice. But the back side of it, look at this piece. You could cut this piece out and have a scenery in the background. I mean, it's like a little motorcycle diner. And here, and I mean, it's just, I love this. I think it's so great. This looks like a little Mexican restaurant. We had one. It went belly up, but during COVID, we had one that looked just like this, and it had outdoor dining on the front, but you could go inside and eat. I love this paper. I didn't think I would, but I do. I had fallen in love with it. And then you've got cut-aparts on this, which is very unusual, but because you don't always see cut-aparts on the Stampin' Up paper. So same thing there. And then look at this. It's like the checkered flag. I love it. And this side, very masculine with gloves and wrenches and boots. I love, 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 love this paper. It's so pretty. And who would have thought? And look at this one. You could probably cut this motorcycle out and not have to stamp it if you wanted to. But I stamped mine, and I'll show you how I did that. Okay, that's the pack of paper. So let me stick that back into my sleeve. And again, this paper is in what? Mini catalog. It's got a yellow sticker on it. So here's my piece that I cut for my mat. Again, I thought this was just very masculine. This card looks dark, but I really don't think it is. Now, I cut these mats a little bit shorter. I cut them a 1/4 inch shorter because we're going in landscape. So if I made them the same length that I have them on the on this card, they would have been a little bit too long. But you can see I took, this is the top one, I took about a 1/4 inch off of each one of those so that they would fit this way. So now we have this piece and this piece, and these I am going to put them right on top of each other like that. On that beautiful gray, this is the basic gray, and I cut this piece and this out of basic gray. We're going to put that there. And you know how I showed you how to do your stamping in the Stamparatus? I did the same thing for my motorcycle, and we are going to put that right there. I'm not going to show you how to do that again because we already did it. Okay, so there is our motorcycle, and we're going to go ahead and put this card together very much like we did the other one. Now, for my sentiment, I did the same thing I did on my Love Cats. I stamped it out on the basic gray, and then I just took my paper snips and just cut around the letters all the way around. I didn't use a die or anything like that. And I think I'm going to put this up here on the white just so it will pop a little bit more. Something like that. So let's go ahead and put our masculine card together. So I am going to use my Stampin' Seal again. Just like that. And then let's lay this down. And you know, I don't think it matters whether it's up or down. I think this piece will go in either direction, so I would call it like non-directional. Oops, let's go over a little bit more this way. About like that, and press it down. And then let's take this piece. I am going to try the Stampin' Seal on this. We've got a lot of space on this one that's not embossed, so I think this will work. And I want to center this up on this piece of black. So something like that. So I get it like I want it, then I'm going to press it. I'm going to turn it over and press from this side. I don't like to press too much on my embossing because I don't want to press my embossing out. And I'm going to bring this over maybe about a ½ inch from that on that designer series paper. I'm trying to decide, do I want to lift this up? I think I do. So we're going to use some Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of this. So like I said, with this particular sketch, you can do so many different things with it. So I can't wait to see what all y'all do with it. It's very basic. Circles, rectangulars, I mean, there's no rocket science to this. But I thought it was so cute. When I saw this sketch, I thought, Now, if you're interested in different card sketches and to see what you can do with them, go to Pinterest and just type in card sketch. And you will be surprised how many will come up. And, I mean, the sky is the limit. And you see a layout that you like, you know, make a template like I did. And then you've got a template and you can always go back to it. All right, this one I'm going to put dimensionals. Let's do dimensionals on our motorcycle first. Hope y'all didn't mind me not stamping the motorcycle again. It was basic, very basic stamping. Hey Sonia, how are you? Good to see you. Hadn't seen you in a while. I hope you've been well. So we are going to take this off and let's go ahead and set this down onto our gray scallop. Get my little backers off of there. Now I think before I put that on, I'm going to decide where I want this to live, and I think I want it right there. So I'm going to put glue just across this section right here. Hey Carmina, how are you, honey? And Sonia, I'm so glad you did. I am so glad that you've been missing all of us, so it's good to have you back. So I'm going to lay that down right about like that. And now we're going to need to put dimensionals on part of this, but part of it needs glue. So I am going to put glue about from here down. So I'm going to hold my finger about there, and I know my glue needs to go. I usually make myself a line, and then I'll put my glue in. And then I'll grab my dimensionals, and we're going to put those right here, and here, and here. Okay, then we're going to bring this back over, and I am going to stick that right about here. Hey Tina. Hey Kathy, how are you? So good to see all of you. Glad y'all made it. All right, that doesn't feel like it's wanting to. Well, you know, that would glue much better if I took the backers off. That's why it wasn't sticking. Oh, silly me. So I'm going to need some more glue on here because that glue's been dried on me. That's okay. I got plenty of glue. So now let's try it. I think it might stick a little bit better now that I got the backers off of it. I was like, those dimensionals aren't sticking. What's going on here? It definitely helps if you take the backers off. Alright, and there's that card. Now for the inside of this one, I'm going to put down a gray mat and then a white mat. And in the description, I have the sizes of the inside mats as well as all of the dimensions for the outside. And remember, you can always cut these down. So let me bring the other two cards over and show you from that same card sketch. We have 3 very different looking cards. And I love that. I love when you can take and you can make a feminine card, you can make a masculine card, and you can make a whimsy card. Let me know which one y'all like the best. How many people love the motorcycle card? Oh, you're outside. Okay. I'm trying to read some of the comments while I'm waiting for y'all to let me know which cards y'all like. What is your favorite? Okay, we got purple one. Margie loves the purple one. So Margie's with Jennifer. Jennifer loves the purple one too, I think. But she also loves the love cat. The love cats are so cute. Okay, I made the purple one. I made the purple one in honor of Jennifer because she says, "Mama, you never make any purple cards," and now she tells me she likes the love cat card better. Oh, Tina likes them all. You know, I like all of them too because they're all so different, but yet, like I said, the very same card sketch I did for all of these, and it's a simple layout and a simple design. And Marlene likes the cat too. I know, Marlene, I love critters. Listen, this little stamp set right here is absolutely adorable. And that cat that's standing on its head with its tail hanging over with a heart, I just couldn't help myself. And each one of these has a sentiment for it as well. Head over heels about you. I love hanging out with you. And hi there, Valentine. This one is so cute. I want to do this one where it looks like he's laying on a shelf. Love, love, love it. All right, we're going to do our drawing. We finished up in pretty record time. That's not bad for me doing 3 cards. Of course, I've done a lot of this ahead of time, as y'all well know. So let me, we're going to do the drawing before I flip over to me. So whenever Jennifer's going to let me know when she's ready. And I'm going to try to find some sticky notes so that I can tag each one of the cards as to who wins what. Another reason I decided to do the cards is postage has gotten so expensive. I love sending out gifts to all of you, but it has ended up costing me so much in shipping. Every week I spend probably close to $10 just shipping out stuff. And I'm telling you, it can get really expensive when you think $40 a month just for shipping. So I can send these cards out to y'all for a postage stamp. And before the stamps went up, I bought like 5 books because I do mail a lot of cards. Oh, I'm hoping so too, Carmina. I have been holding you high in my prayers. Margie, I can relate to that because I worry about my son on a motorcycle as well, but he's never had any major accidents. I saw a guy get killed twice on a motorcycle. So motorcycles can be dangerous, but you know what? My husband owns a little Pontiac Solstice that's a 2-seater, and it's convertible. All of those, they did have a coupe that was called a hardtop, and it was basically a T-top. You could take the top off of it. But he has the one with the soft convertible top, and we do go riding in it, but I don't know. usually feel a little uneasy in that too. I like my big car. So, oh goodness. Anyway, Jennifer, if you're ready, I'm ready. Okay, Jennifer's getting the last minute names ready, so I'll tell you what, while we're waiting for her, I'm gonna flip over to me so I can just chit chat with y'all for a few minutes. So I am so happy that all of you are here. Don't forget to give me some thumbs up. I appreciate those so much. If you go over by where it says live chat, you'll see an up and a thumb up and a thumb down. All of those thumbs up, please. That helps me so much in getting, I guess that gives me like brownie points in the YouTube world. And I can use all those. What it does actually, they see that people like my videos, so they'll push my videos out there for people to see them more often. Oh, thank you, Carmina. It has been a pleasure for me to be able to pray for you. And I just hope and pray that your treatments are working. A lady in my church is going through similar. Now, she did not have to do chemo. They're hoping that just the radiation, but she had a hard time with the radiation. But the other church that I was involved in, the pastor's wife had it, and she went through chemo and radiation, and she is actually cancer free. So there is light at the end of that cancer tunnel, and we're praying for that bright light to shine on you, and that Jesus would just heal you miraculously through his touch and his blood. And there's healing in his blood. There's healing in believing in him. So, okay, Jennifer says she's ready, so I'm gonna flip y'all back down so you can see the cards again. The first card I'm going to give away is going to be the Love Cat. I'm going to do them in the order that I made them. I think that'll be the fair way to do it since they're all cards. So the Love Cat card is first, and the winner for that one is Carmina. All right, Carmina has won Love Cats. All right, you need to silence me, Jennifer. Yeah, you know, Sonia, I always count it a privilege to be able to pray for people, and we live in a world where people are hurting, and we need to pray. We really do need to pray. Congratulations, Carmina, on winning Love Cat. Now, if somebody gets a card and they'd rather have the other one, you can check with the person and see if they want to trade off, but just let me know so I'll know who to send the card to. Oh, I am so sorry, Diane. I will definitely pray for your cousin. Cancer is a horrible thing. We all know that. All right, so now we're going to do the purple. We're going to just call it the purple card. I love this. I think it's so pretty. And the winner of this one is Tina Gascon. Tina, congratulations. Gascon. I always want to put two S's on your name for some reason. Congratulations on winning that one. And now let's see who wins our masculine motorcycle card. Marlene, you won the motorcycle card. Woohoo! Maybe you can give this, I won't sign it or anything, and this could be a card you could give your hubby since you think he would love it. So Marlene Watts. And I don't even need, these people, I didn't really even need to put a last name. I know who you are. The only reason I did for Tina is because I got more than one Tina. But y'all do spell your names differently. So I am so excited about my winners and the cards that we made. I am going to take these off. I'm going to put these on the back because you know what I got to do? I got to take pictures of these to put on my blog. So I'm going to put the names on the back. And there we go. And we're going to take pictures of these, and I will have my blog up. Give me about, give me a couple hours because I I didn't take time to really eat a breakfast this morning. I grabbed a Belvita and ate that. And I'm hungry, so I'm going to go make me some lunch. And then while I'm eating, I'm going to work on my blog and getting these cards put up and everything. So I hope everyone had a beautiful time. And Joy, if you're still here, welcome to our group. I hope that you will come back again. And I just love all you guys so very much. Let me flip me back over so I can talk to you like this. I am so happy to have all of you as part of my family, my crafty family. I love you dearly, and just as though you were my family, because in all aspects you are. And I hope y'all have enjoyed the cards that we made today. It was so much fun. I loved making these. I might put a couple of red gems on this one. The motorcycle, I've got some little studs that might be cute on here, so I might try those. So if I do, they might look just a tiny bit different when y'all get them, but they will reflect the pictures that will be on my blog. So the difference in the Stampin' Seals, there's two kinds. There's the regular Stampin' Seal and the Stampin' Seal Plus. The Stampin' Seal Plus is stronger. I don't like the regular Stampin' Seal because it's a little stringy. I was going to look and see if I had one. I never buy it anymore because I have one. It's in the light blue. This is the regular Stampin' Seal, and this is the Stampin' Seal Plus. Let me bring you back over so you can see my desktop. Okay. Oops. Yeah, there we go. So this is the Plus. And when you order the regular one, make sure you don't, if you bought it the first time, get the regular, not the refill, because you need this container, the little gun that holds it. And then from that point on, you can just buy your refill and put in it. This, let me grab a piece of scrap paper and I'll show you. I'll show you what I'm talking about. This one, to me, is just a little stringy. See what I mean? It kind of strings. It's strong, but I don't think it's as strong as this. This one comes off in like little pieces. Let me bring that up to the camera so you can see. Oh, and catch the light just a certain way. There we go. This is the Stampin' Seal Plus. Come on, focus for me, camera. And this one is this one's the Stampin' Seal, and this is the Plus. This Plus is really super strong, and it's in little increments. You know, it's like in little increments. This is just a solid piece. You could try both of them. Stampin' Up! Is so good. If you try it and don't like it, they will replace it. You might have to send it back, which is usually a pain for me, but I don't buy this one anymore. I know there's some of the girls that love it, but I like the Plus. I don't know if the Plus is a little bit more expensive. I can't remember. Let me look real quick. Adhesives. The Stampin' Seal number 10 is $8 for the, yeah, it is more expensive. The regular Stampin' Seal is $8 for the first time you buy it, which gives you the holder. And the refills are $5.50. The Stampin' Seal Plus is $12 and $8 for the refill. So this one is much more expensive, but I will be honest with you. I don't even buy this anymore. I always buy this one because it holds better, it lasts longer, it doesn't seem like it, I don't know, I just love it. I love it, the Plus more. Not because it's more expensive. I'm not one of those people that buy something just because it had the price tag on it. If this one worked good, I would use it. So, I hope I answered your, Oh, okay. Okay, Joy. Well, I am so happy to have you as one of my subscribers. So thank you so much. And I'm here every Friday at 12 noon on East Coast time. So please, please do join us again. It was so much fun having you. And all of my regular people, I love it. So thank you again so much for... Oh, I'm so glad. I've been meaning to touch base with you, Diane, and see if you liked your new trimmer. Oh, I know. If anybody ever uses the Stampin' Up! Trimmer, you will never ever want to go back to another trimmer. I say that with so many of the Stampin' Up products. I have bukus of die cut machines, but over all the ones that I have used over the years, I love my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. The little one and the big one, I use them both. So thank y'all again so much. Let me go back over because I want to be face to face when I give y'all my goodbye. Thank you so much. If y'all ever have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. My phone number is my cell number. You can text me. Just make sure if I don't have you already listed in my contacts, that you say, hey, this is so-and-so, so I'll know who it is, because just by phone number I won't know. So just address me as to who you are, and then state your question, and I will get back with you ASAP. So, oh yeah, Marlene, isn't that the best trimmer ever? I keep looking down at the comments, so I just keep going on and on. But it is, Stampin' Up stands behind their products, and if you get something that's just not working, the other day I had one of my Stampin' Seals that come unraveled, and I contacted them with a picture, and I told them, I said, I had just put that one in and it has unraveled. I've tried taking it out and winding it with a pencil. I can't get it to go back together. They asked me to look what was the order number that I ordered, and you can always go back and see your order history in your Stampin' Up on your order form. So you can always go back and look, and if you can't, you can contact me if you order from me, and I can tell you what your order number was. But they looked at when I sent them what my order number was, even though I only had one to mess up, they sent me two, because I had ordered two at one time. I mean, you just can't, you don't find the customer service with Stampin' Up anywhere else. At least I haven't. So I love it. I love the company. They are wonderful people to work with, work for, and I feel blessed. And if you've ever thought about coming in just as a hobbyist, you can come into Stampin' Up. Right now is a great time because you can get the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, this one right here, the one you saw me use today. And they got a special offer right now. They have this in boho blue, which is adorable. I didn't buy it because I didn't need it. I already have the small one. The boho blue is limited, so I really didn't need it unless I just wanted to show it to y'all, and I really couldn't see buying another die cut machine just to show, so I didn't. But for $129, you get $175 worth of product of your choice. You look through the catalog, pick out whatever you want, and you get that machine. Now, if you already have a die cut machine and don't need the die cut, for $99, you still get $175 worth of product. It's a great time to come in. This is only during celebration, so you have until through the end of February to do that. But if you've ever thought about doing it, you can grab your kit, and you don't even have to stay in unless you want to stay and continue getting the discount. So, but if you don't want to do it, that's fine too. You can still be my customer, because I love you whether you're my customer or whether you're just a viewer or if you're on my team. I love you guys so much. So on that note, I'm going to go ahead and close out. And as I always say in closing, let everything that you do and say bring glory to our Father in heaven. He is worthy. He is so worthy. So until we craft again, God bless and keep you. Mwah. Love you guys so much. Bye-bye.